When I told Scott where I was going, he said, "I thought you were tired of going over there." And I said, you know, something feels different. We got a little bit of snow down. The major Forest Service access road that a lot of people were using because of a road closure, now that road is open. Leaves are down, so all the leaf watchers are gone. So it just feels different. Feels like a good time to head out into that little basin. You see, in Colorado, the best time of year, if you want wilderness, is in the fall, in between hunting seasons. And historically, I always catch in between archery and first rifle. The archery hunters stir the critters up a lot more. I mean, I've observed than rifle season. I think it's because archery hunters tend to go further into cover habitat, and it really spooks the animals. But it's been like a week and a half now since first rifle, and everything feels empty and quiet. So this is real nice, and you know, given the ambient temperature, I'm going to be comfortable hiking well into the day without losing too much in the way of electrolytes and water and such. So this is it's a nice, quiet, contemplative time to be out hiking. A couple weeks ago, I was over on the other side of that ridge line. A lot more people over there. Well, here's somebody's kill. Looks like a deer to me. Was not a buck. There's the top half of the skull right there. I don't know. May not have even been a human kill. I just followed a fresh elk trail right in through here. About 15 yards back is where Ken and I had our camp when we hunted here together. I hear movement down there. Rocky, of course, is alert. Squirrels are cussing stuff. It's early in the day and I got a lot of steam, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I've been all the way up to the notch up there. Well, in fact, I've climbed the mountain to the right that you can't quite see. So having done all of that, I know that the very nicest view in the whole valley is actually right here. And so I don't know if I want to make camp this early in the day, just knowing that it doesn't get any better than this, or maybe side hill a bit, or Rocky and I have camped over there before, further along this ridge line, but I don't know. For now, I might just sit for a while and kind of see what transpires. I opted to sit for a while and see what transpires. Tell you what, I haven't backpacked with a mountain serape in probably a couple years, because I was liking the whole like sleep in puffies and then be able to get out of my sleeping bag and still be wearing puffies thing. But this trip, thought I might sleep better with a double quilt quilt system, like the Serape, adds a whole lot of warmth to a quilt. And so I traded out puffy jacket for a much lighter puffy jacket and the mountain Serape. And this time of year I'm just carrying long underwear, not puffy bottoms. And man, it's nice to throw on a Serape when you're going to just sit and look like this for a while. It's really, you know, even though the puffy jacket I carry is like twice as thick, there's no comparison between the overall feeling of warmth hunkering underneath this thing. It really is late in the year for it, but I heard a couple kind of bellows down in there, and I wasn't sure if it was an elk or a bear maybe. And then I heard a definite bugle, so I guess there's still a little bit of activity. It's not really that far away, just down in where the creek is down there below me. Bluebirds to me are still improbable creatures. Just improbably blue. So I decided, instead of pushing into this basin and disturbing the elk that are down in there, I was going to just hang back on this ridge line and just keep an eye. So came up the ridge line a little bit and found a nice bench that's protected, but I can go out this way and see everything. And the result of that is we're nowhere near water, and haven't refilled since we left the trailhead. I started out with 3 quarts and used a quart on the way in. Rocky drank its streams on the way in. But I guess probably because I've been living off grid for the last year, mostly living off grid, I tend to think more about what the sun can do for you over time. You know, I'm always, oh yeah, I'm collecting solar right now and all of that. I decided to just use the sun to melt snow over the course of what's turned out to be a pleasant afternoon. So Rocky's bowl I packed with snow and added a little bit of water, and it's all water now, full of water. Empty canteen, I did the same thing, and boy, it won't be too long before it is, yeah, that snow's almost all melted. And then I'm doing the same thing with my pot here, which is, you know, kind of a darkish color, so see how it's, oh, it's quicker than I thought. The snow that I packed it with, completely packed it with, is almost fully melted now. I may end up with 3 full canteens pretty easily before this afternoon's over. So that's just, I guess, a little bushcrafty thing in the middle of a backpacking trip, but I wasn't going to go any further, so I got the afternoon to improve my situation out here, in addition to just enjoying myself. Only because I took the time to do one of these photo layouts that all the kids are doing. There's a tent bag, a couple pillows, down quilt, mattress, tent, kuya, 3 canteens, stormy chromer hat, let's see, toilet paper, of course, little beanie, my food, here we'll zoom in, my food in an ursack, my cook kit's all in the canteen there, first aid kit, sunglasses, which I almost never use, but when you need them, you need them, water filter, really light, survival saw, some binos, that's like some steel cord, boom mic for the camera that I'm holding in my hand, not boom mic, but just mic for the camera I'm holding in my hand, in reach, there's a couple more things there in the kit bag, and then tripod I use, and trekking poles. So, yeah, there you have it. At some point, once all my gear settles out a little bit better, I will do like a full level 3 today video, and Rocky's not super concerned. In fact, he's just sleeping. Anyway, this fellow down here is getting more and more vocal. I don't know that I expect to see him. He's down in that timber, but I've got the mic pointed the correct direction, so hopefully you folks can hear him. And there it was. Suddenly there's a herd of elk. I'm going to see if I can shield that lens to get better clarity for you. At altitude like this, and so late in the year, now that the sun's gone down, that temperature is going to go quickly. So now I'm bundled up in everything, sitting here listening to that elk still bugle and grunt and everything else. Well, heck, I already should have been looking closer to home. There's some in the meadow down below me. Well, I expect they've seen Rocky at this point. And that's how it goes. That's okay, Rocky. I know you were still and laying on the ground, but even though they don't know wolves yet, boy, that white face and those pointy ears, they know what that's about. They do not want any part of that. This fella's kind of young over here. Heard him vocalizing. Came over to see what he looked like. Standing right there looking at me. Easy, Rocky. Easy. No, Rocky. No. I think it was that same herd. They were going to come right by camp, but I was on the sleeping bag already. Rock, come here. He's not super happy with me. I feel like tonight I might want to sleep with, I've got a pretty decent handheld flashlight, a little bit of deterrence, maybe 1,000 lumen or something, although I guess my pistol light is too, but of course I'm not looking to shoot this guy, but I don't need him attacking the tent either. I guess I shouldn't have whistled at him, huh? So nearly as I can tell, there's a bull down in the basin, a bull up on the ridgeline in front of me, and there's cows chirping relatively closely on the ridgeline up above me. Oh, that's good news. The one that I was bugling back and forth with up on the ridge line, he's now moved down into the basin towards that other bull. Which is a fine thing, even though it's fun to whistle with him. I didn't really need him coming on down on me after dark. Well, Rocky and I are settled in now. The elk are still bugling. Same 3 bulls. The one that I was concerned about, last time I heard him, he'd moved a lot further back up the ridge. I think the wind came around a little bit. And you can still hear him bugling. Now that's going to be some nice music to go to sleep to, that's for sure. There's, an elk bugling, the call of the loon, the howl of the wolf. Those are like the 3 sounds of wilderness for me.